Christian gamers, it's me, JOJOLands 2. I have this bad habit of not explaining shit in these JoJo videos, so here we go. Who is Jodio even? He's a
Hey, it's me, Goku!
He's the main character of the new JoJo Part 9. He's a little guy. And oh no, look at that. He's a little bit unhinged. He says he's a psychopath. And in JoJo, we have these cool little Pokemon cards called stands. Look at that, that's a stand. Most of them are very complex and complicated, have very deep-setted rules. They literally pioneered shonen anime. So Jodio's new stand, November Rain, it makes big raindrops and they stomp on your testes. That's all it does, fight the patriarchy. Anyway, number two, Golden Experience, Golden Wind, the Requiem Arrow. What are all these things? What do these things mean? Well, you see, my favorite, is called JoJo Part 5 Ventoreo, which no one calls it that anymore. You're stupid. You. It's called Golden Wind now, which is a lot lamer. It's set in Italy, which is why it was called Ventoreo, and it stars this little
Skibbity toilet.
JoJo Part 1, there's two main characters, Jonathan Joestar and Dio, and they f***ing hate each other. They want to kill each other, but they're also stepbrothers, so you know how that goes. Yeah, there, look at that. And then the writer said, hey, what if I actually just made them have a son together? And I'm not going to explain how that works. It's actually kind of funnier if I don't. Georgie here, his stand's name is Godo Experience. He's my favorite JoJo character, by the way. I really like Jodio. He's really understated. He has the ability to create life. You're going to see a lot of things with that here in this video, because Jodio is thought to be a parallel to Giorno, since parts 7 through 9 of JoJo are set in an alternate universe. Jodio is thought to be this universe's version of I had a stroke there. Anyway, yeah, so the Requiem Arrow. So at the end of JoJo Part 5, spoiler alert, put that up there, spoiler alert, don't you f***ing dare watch the rest of this video now or I'll cut your fucking toes off. Giorgio is fighting this man named Diavolo. He's like, there's no way I can win. Stab! This arrow gives people stands, by the way. But if you already have a stand, you find out right in this moment when Giorno stabs himself that your stand just turns into a Super Saiyan stand. The spin. Part 7 of JoJo is my favorite part. It's the best part, objectively. Two young gay cowboys. It's Brokeback Mountain, except they're fighting against the president. And one man is a man who can shoot his fingernails like bullets, and another is a man whose power is to spin things. And that's really cool.
But I can't help but feel they'll go through some sort of evolution or future upgrade. If so, it could be through the return of the Requiem Arrow, since JoJoLands is a variant of a Golden Wind story. But I think we'll see the return of a spin, which would be imbued with Jodio water droplets, and result in another broken stand ability. Maybe we call it November Rain Act 2.
This made me tear my fucking head out. Homie, you're reading like a Dragon Ball fan and assuming that authors give a shit about consistency. Stupid! Why would he bring back the arrow? Even when he brought the spin back, did he really? I don't remember. But what I do remember is that it wasn't exactly the spin, it was the spin with the stand power. From Araki's epic novel, How to Make Fucking Manga, he says, you must always be progressing upward. Never go halfsies, never stagnate. I think he wouldn't do it in the exact same way that we've seen before is what I'm saying. It'd be something grander. Maybe the spin would fully evolve his stand into a totally new form. It wouldn't be just like Go Beyond where he gets a neat new power that's basically just his stand with more power. This picture is literally just Cyborg trying to get some nice sweaty goth pussy and I'm so here for it. Like, get your shit, King. What if Cyborg was a hotep and he kept saying like, the real Batman is black. You can't make me not the leader of the Tame Robin. I'm a king.
Part 5, Jodio is the Anti-Giorno. But you know parts.
Before any of that, let me explain the legend of Runfaria in JOJOLands Part 2. This is the story synopsis. This is Jodio and his big brother Dragona Joestar. I don't know if they're trans. I'm gonna call him a he, because that's what they call him in the story, and I like to respect people's fucking pronouns. Jodio Joestar and Dragona Joestar, sons of the Joestar family. I think they're on Joseph's side, not the weird fucking Duang side. They're just two small town girls girls living in Hawaii in 2020, just after COVID. You know, they do normal kid shit, go to school, you know, sell drugs, talk to their principal. She's actually the leader of their drug gang, and then they're told to go steal a diamond from some rich Japanese guy. Oh my god, it's Rohan. Yeah, Rohan's just in this thing. If you're unaware, Rohan is a character from the old universe, and this isn't like a retooling or reimagining of Rohan. This is just Kishibe Rohan. It is the exact same character. There is nothing different about him. Anyway, they get into a stand battle with Rohan to try to steal this diamond, and once they get the diamond, it won't stay in their hand. What does that mean, huh? Well, Rohan's like, hey guys, you know, I'm actually not too bad of a guy. I used to be a JoJo villain myself. I licked a spider. Because I wanted to learn to draw it. You can trust me. Listen, that diamond, bullshit! Boom! He just slams it on the ground, he starts stomping on it, and then he realizes that it's made of glass, so it hurts his feet, obviously. You can't do that, Rohan. But then he says, look at this, little boy, look at this! It's a shiny, clinky rock. I don't know what it is, but it's magical. Get the fuck out of my house! And then as Jodio are leaving, he remembers what Rohan was actually saying in Hawaiian. This rock is worth more than anything you'll ever earn. Fuck. I don't fucking know Hawaiian, kid, okay? Anyway, cats attack him. Charming Man, a mysterious man, starts fucking with them while they're trying to use the rock, who, by the way, if you touch the rock to expensive shit, it pulls the expensive shit towards the rock. Charming Man, again! He's a bunch of pieces. He comes together to get the rock. Why? I think he lost his brother. I don't fucking remember. They killed Charming Man! Just kidding. He's a shonen anime character, so since he was the first one they fought, he joins the team. They go talk to their boss. What do you get kids to sell drugs to kids, you fucking bitch? That's what I'm talking about. This story is just full of bad people. I only like Jodio because he's funny, really, and Dragona because she's just iconic. Respect their pronouns. He's iconic. Him and his giant wrangly penis, his giant dune sandworm penis. She's like, I got another mission for y'all, sugar. I don't know why I gave her that voice. See this from here? This is a deed for a big old plant that I want to own, a big old plot of land. There's no plant on there. Shut up. You go to the bank and you go touch the rock to the deed to that paper, and then it'll bring it towards us, and I'll use my curse magic to acquire it. They leave. This is the most consequential thing that has happened in the past few chapters. Like, I keep seeing flashbacks to the scene. Suddenly, Usagi and Dragona are dying. Oh my god. An automatic stand has implanted inside of Usagi and Dragona. Some stands are just automatic. They're like little booby traps you can set. So they're going to a hospital. And there they will fight the actual user of that stand. That's all I'm gonna explain, because that's all you really need to know. Seriously, read the comic. It's really good. Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit more about Giorno now. Alright, wait, hold on. This is good. Giorno's an addictive cunt just like us. Did you just call me convictive? Ow! Okay, repressing. Giorno always switches up how he approaches people depending on the situation.
Hey kids, it's me, Satan. Like the mortal said earlier, he's literally an impreg prop of his dad, Jonathan, who was this nice, sweet, tender boy, and his dad, Dio, who was this evil, angry little fella. Look at him. After a hard-fought battle with the psychopath that just keeps this dog man on a leash, and actually like slices people up instead of operating on them just because he kind of enjoys it with doctoring. Giorno is a bit livid, realizes that he's maybe not the best person because of Mercedes, so he's fucking assaulted.
Jodio has no switch. I will fuck it. Giorno heals through nature while Jodio destroys through nature. Hakai. Hakai. Right. Yeah, Giorno's name also means like great days or something dumb like that in Italian, while Jodio's means fucked up in Spanish. I think we got our thesis here. Jodio's not Giorno. He's the Anti-Giorno. Giorno come from the nuts of Dio, God. Jodio come from the nuts of Joseph Joestar. He's pretty close to the devil. This is a bad child. Beat him. This kind of makes me think he's not going to evolve his stand. His stand's already perfect. It's destruction incarnate. I said in an earlier video when I was much worse at this that it makes so much sense that Jodio's stand's only function is to destroy. It points out a simple fallacy in his character. Humans tend to be multi-talented, but they're also limited in their talents. You typically need other people to get a project done, to get ahead in life. Hell, I wouldn't be where I was without the help of other people. However, psychopathic nature tends to rely only on yourself. You only tend to trust yourself. With Jodio, I see two different paths ahead. Either he's going to embrace his evil nature more, or he's going to heal. And
I don't see him healing. It's more so based on his introduction. If we parallel him to Giorno was shown to have a good nature to him, but Jodio, the only good thing about that kid is that he loves his brother, I guess. They them. There's a lot of focus put on Jodio and Dragona's relationship. I think it's the only one where he truly shows compassion for another person. He straight up assaults a cop because of them violating Dragona. And I don't think by the definition of a psychopath you're supposed to do that typically. I've tried to notice it every time he does show compassion for somebody. Most notably right now in the manga, he seems very driven by the fact that his friend Usagi may die. But I don't think it comes from the same place as it does with Dragona. Dragona is his brother, it's his family. Usagi's his customer. If he dies, he loses money. He's also a member of his team. Of course you want him not to die. That's more meat shielding you. Now, especially with stands being an extension of your personality, for it to evolve, that psychopathic, violent stand needs to lose one of the things that keeps his mask on. It could be Dragona. I think they'd be the most powerful indicator of that. But Usagi's also a really good motivator. With that one meat shield knocked off the list, maybe Jodio doesn't have to hold back as much anymore. He's got less to focus on now. Maybe he can unleash some more power. You saw the full extent of his stand's power when Dragona was attacked, someone he genuinely cares about, but now that he's got just more reason to let loose something that drives his psychopathic tendencies, why wouldn't his stand evolve? That's what would happen if it does evolve. I think a more interesting approach though, and the one that I would personally go with, is if it just doesn't evolve and we see how weak and powerless Jodio is without his friends. No one's stand in this group is that powerful. Jodio is really just the puncher. The Mate Kusadai is, holy fuck, it's just useful. Smooth Operators is the healer. Charming Man's is pretty okay. And the Hustle, the coolest thing it did was pulled elevator doors around himself. I don't know how the hell that thing's gonna help in battles. I really see this thing going into a darker area. I forget the guy's name, but we just got a guy who might be the main villain. I really like him because he's got the same mentality as Jodio. We could either see him evolve into this character, or, more interestingly, and again, what I would do, but I'm not Araki, this guy could be a red herring for the main villain, who I think would be like a good guy, a pure soul, someone to contrast with Jodio. I think if this happens, we'd probably take more of a Death Note approach. I think we might be going for more of a Death Note approach either way, honestly, but here's what I'm thinking. A face-off of masquerades. The main villain keeps sending his little lackeys after Jodio. Jodio keeps trying to mask himself so this main villain can't identify him. He's just a kid. It's not that easy to fuck with him. He's not in a mafia or anything. He's in like a small crime group. I think with these more subtle and stealth-based stands, it'd be a lot easier to have a story like that where characters are constantly pulling at each other's strings, trying to get one little edge up on each other to get to the main goal. Main goal being the lava rock, more money, I don't fucking know. And I think with that kind of story format, we could really see Jodio's character break and break. We'll get to learn more about it. We'll get more of an emotional arc, certainly. I think with that kind of story, characters are going to die, and the ones that are going to die are going to be Jodio's friends. If Usagi's the first to die, I'll be kind of surprised. His stand's really useful, but I also kind of get it. Keeps the story interesting. As more and more people get picked off, we see just how useless Jodio's stand is for his final goal. However, as he says at the beginning of the story, this is a story of him becoming filthy rich. And to me, at least the second time I read it, that didn't read as like a positive thing. That read as someone who's made deep mistakes confessing something. It does get a little more jubilant later on, like definitively, and I think that's kind of Jodio just understanding he's made it to the top. And what's better, he's alone, just like a psychopath would be in that situation. So that's my thesis. Ain't I smart? Yeah, baby girl, you should turn back into Thick Moody Blues though. That'd be